Hello 1-2A, it's time for writing again. Happy Thursday. Our learning intention for writing is ending our recount, then revising and editing. Okay, so and to be successful, I can write an ending with a personal opinion, and to be successful for editing and revising, I can flex my arms, which is revising, and I can call the cops, which is editing, and I'll be explaining to you what that means a little bit later. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do now is go back to our writing books, in my case the whiteboard. Okay, so by this stage we should have finished our series of events. So your first, then, next, and finally. Now we're up to ending it. We need to end every writing piece in the best way possible. Okay, so we need to write an opinion. So to round it up. So the last thing that I'd written from my series of events was, finally I had my hair covered. My mum is a hairdresser and I was bored. Now it's time to finish off. Okay, so I'm going to leave a space, which is going to be after my series of events, and I'm going to write my ending down here. The ending only needs to be, again, a couple of sentences, like our orientation, just a couple of sentences. Okay, so I had so much fun doing different activities on the holidays. It was awesome. That's an opinion, isn't it? It was awesome. That's my opinion. And then I can finish off with saying, so I'm looking forward to teaching my students in term 2. Okay, so that is the end of my draft. So I've got my orientation, which was on my first page. Then I had my series of events, which took me over to my next page. Okay, and then I've got my ending. That's my ending. Now we have finished drafting, and it is now time for the next part of our writing process, which is editing and revising. Okay, so I need to edit and revise, and in our success criteria, it says here I can flex my arms, which is revising. So we're going to look at that one first. Now I've made a little poster for us because this is what good writers do. They flex their arms and they call the cops. I'm going to explain what that means now. Okay, so good writers revise and edit. To revise, you flex your arms. Can you flex your arms for me? Like this. Okay, and arms, it stands for something, so the A stands for add. So we might need to add details or important words or missed words maybe. We might need to remove, because sometimes we might have written the word twice or 3 times. Okay, so we might need to remove, or maybe you've sort of doubled up on a sentence. It's written 2 different ways, but it's the same thing, so we might need to remove it. You might need to move. So you might need to move sentences. And that's what I was saying in term 1, how your draft might look quite messy. That's okay. Your first draft it's okay for it to look a bit messy with arrows and circling of sentences. That's totally fine. So you might need to move sentences or words. You might need to chop it. It's like chopping and changing, isn't it? Or maybe even a whole paragraph if you've written a paragraph in the wrong spot. So if I wrote my ending in between my series of events, I might need to circle it and put an arrow and to say I need to move it. Or maybe we might need to substitute. So there might be some confusing words in there, or boring words that you can substitute. You can change it in. Okay, so I might go and do that now. Or actually, I might speak about editing as well. So editing is when we need to call the cops. Okay, we need to call the cops. COPS stands for, so C, capitals. We need to make sure that we are looking to see that we've put capitals at the start of sentences for names of places like Melbourne and Australia. Okay, an overall look. So we need to make sure our page is set up nicely. It's neat. Our handwriting, we can edit our handwriting too. Okay, punctuation. We should have full stops at the end of sentences. That's right. Unless maybe you want your reader to say it louder, so you might put an exclamation mark like this. Or if it's a question, you're going to put a question mark at the end. That's punctuation. But most of the time, we put full stops like this. Okay. You might need to add commas in as well. That's another piece of punctuation. Or if it's a different type of writing, if it's narratives, you might need quotation marks or talking marks when someone's talking. And spelling as well. You can edit for spelling. Okay, so I'm going to flex my arms right now, and I'm going to call the cops. Let's go back now, just on this page. So I'm going to read through. Finally, I had my hair coloured. My mum is a hairdresser, and I was bored. I've noticed. You can edit and revise and edit with maybe a red pencil if you've got one, or a different colour. Okay, I've noticed that the M at the start here is not capital. It should be a capital because it's coming straight up. It's the start of the next sentence. It should be a capital. So I'm just going to cross that out and put a capital M there. Okay, I've just checked for capitals. Calling the cops at the moment. Okay, so my mum is a hairdresser and I was bored. There's no full stop at the end. I need to put a full stop at the end of my sentences, otherwise the reader will not stop reading. I've just called the cops again for punctuation. Okay, how about finally I had my hair coloured. I don't like the word had. I don't think it sounds right. I had my hair coloured. Maybe I could say I got my hair coloured. I think that might be a better word. So I'm going to flex my arms and I'm going to substitute. So let's substitute this word had, and I'm going to use the word got. I'll just write it up here. It is okay for your draft to look like this. Now we're not actually going to publish this piece, or actually you can if you like. You can publish your piece if you want to, but next week we're actually starting on a different text type. Okay, so we're going to be doing narratives next week. Alright, so it's over to you. Now I want you to do an ending. So please do an ending to your holiday recount writing, and then I want you to start flexing your arms and calling the cops, which is our revise and edit stage of our writing process. Have fun.